when she said it, I was like, oh, probably not how my house looked. So it was just like a reminder, like everything, like from then when I was leaving, it was like all my actions following that was, okay, God, do you want to sleep here? And then my Heavenly Father, I'm like, I want my Heavenly Father, He died on the cross for me. Do I really want Him to live in a house that don't have no roof? Wow. No house that don't have a strong foundation or something like that? So it was like, okay, I need to line myself up. So now it gets to the idea of the bigger, another testimony, where it came into play where my grades, while I was at a job, I was at Chipotle, I was a manager, and a lady, the head manager, decided to leave. So she put all the pressure on all the rest of the managers. So with me being a college student, trying to be a full-time student, it was hard being a full-time manager at the store. So I was maybe working 40 to 43, 45 hours a week, but also maintaining school. To where the point where it was like I'll go to work instead of going to study. So I ended up with 2 Fs. Wow. And I didn't know how to come to my mom and my dad to tell them about it, but I called mom, I was like, Mom, I got an F. And she was silent. I'm like, Ma, you still there? She said, yeah. I said, that's all you gonna say? She said, you know what you need to do? So I'm like, okay. So now I'm panicking because I don't want to lose the job because I just took tuition reimbursement from them. And if they fire me, I gotta pay it all back. So I'm like, paranoid because I can't quit. I'm stuck between the two and I'm like, okay, Lord, what am I gonna do? So I'm like panicking, I'm freaking out. I'm like, okay. So the day before Halloween, my teacher was like, we're gonna have a study session. Come to the study session, I'm gonna help you. We're gonna focus on certain topics, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, okay. So I told my job a week in advance, I'm not coming to work this day because I need to bring my grade up. Amen. He ignored it. He like, well, you're a manager, you're required to come in, this, that, and the other. So I told him, I said, no, I'm not. That paper says salary manager are required to work. And if you're not gonna pay me a salary fee, wow, I'm not showing up that day. And he kept going, he kept pushing, like, okay. So he told another lady, another manager, if she don't come up, that's her job, but never told me. So I still didn't come, okay, God, I need to go to study session. So I went to the study session, he texted me, where you at? I told you last week I was not coming. So he said, okay, and that was the end of it. So at the study session, we going, I'm talking to the teacher, I'm like, okay, this one I'm confused about, she like, okay, this, that, and the other. So I'm like super geeked, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pass the test. I went and took the test, I failed it, got an F. So I'm like, so I got an F, about to lose my job. Lord, what did you do to me? So I'm like, now I'm panicking again. I'm coming home like, I'm about to get fired. I still failed the test. Mom was like, okay, pray. And then my daddy in the background like, he can't fire you, Danielle. You a manager. So I'm listening to my dad like, okay, yeah, I'm a manager. He ain't gonna fire me. He fired me. And then went back and said, I quit. So now that was a whole nother thing. But I'm like, okay, God, I'm freaking out. I'm nervous because I failed that test. So there's 3 Fs. And only 1 A. So I'm like, okay, God, what am I gonna do? So I went to church that Sunday. And it was right before we was taking another exam. Our last exam before our final. And I went to church. And his preacher, he wasn't supposed to come into the following week. But he ended up coming early. He got his dates mixed up. And he preached a word about, in Matthew 14, starting at verse 22, where it's about Peter and the disciples where they was on the land. And it started off them on the land with the multitude. And it said that God sent Peter and the disciples on a boat, on a journey, and he sent the multitude away. So he started off by saying, which one are you going to be? You going to be the disciple or you going to be the multitude? So I was like, okay, I'm going to be a disciple. I'm going to trust you. So I got on the boat. So that's when I went to the study session. Okay, God, I'm trusting you. I'm going to the study session. So then we driving off on this boat. More and more, I want to see the land on the other side where the multitude went, where everybody stayed with their grades A's, no problems. But I'm on this boat, and there comes the storm with that F. So now I'm like, Lord, why you send me on this boat if I'm going to fail this class? And that's exactly what Peter and I'm saying, like, this storm, oh my God, what we doing? God, where you at? And here come God, like, calm down, it's me. I'm doing this. So it's like, I'm looking like, okay, God, you're doing this. So he told me, he was like, when Peter stepped out, he said, Lord, if it's you, let me come. So Peter stepped out. So he said in the Bible how he was walking, he was good, he got distracted. He began to sink. So he was an English major, he was talking about how beginning to sink, that means you didn't technically start to sink. He said, so you still on top of whatever you freaking out about. So it was just like, you freaking out, Danielle, you overthinking it, you going crazy, you asking for help when you still on top of the problem that you're looking at. So I'm like, okay, God, I'm gonna trust you. I'm still on top. So it went through, I took the test. I got I think a B or a C on it. I said, okay, it's not an F. So I'm like, now it's the final time. Okay, I gotta get what I need to do to get this final. So the teacher come out, okay, we're gonna do a project. Don't know what we got on it, but I'm assuming you got a good grade. So when the grades came out, I'm freaking out, I didn't want to look at them. When I looked at it, I got all A's and 1 B. So I started out failing 2 classes and I came out passing both of them. So it's just like God was saying, like, you was on top the whole time. So you sitting there panicking, you sitting there thinking you sinking when you was already there. Yeah. So it was just like a big relief because I'm like, okay, God, I trusted you the whole time. And it brought me through. So that was the biggest testimony that I have had. And it was just like something I saw in plain black and white because I know that F was there. I saw that. So to see a line coming across that L to make it an A, I was like, that was God and God alone. So that just built my strength up, that built my faith. So now I'm excited for this second half of my junior year. And I can't wait until my senior year. And then I'm graduating, I'm out of there. But that was my testimony. Thank you.
Hallelujah. When the F becomes an A.
God for our babies. So watch her grow and develop and hallelujah. Trust God. Just even learning how to trust the Lord. Amen.